Hey, Mr. Wine Tasting, come together with the love on the place, Mr. Love on the place.
Okay, little disclaimer before starting this video. If you're an animal rights activist, you can turn it off because we're going to talk about foie gras today and the good pairing between foie gras and wine. Alors, foie gras, it's made out of ducks. Alors, yes, you do force feed a little bit your ducks or your geese to make it. You add, you insert corn in their mouth. But recent scientific studies showed that actually when they're done being force-fed, the ducks or the geese go back and eat some more, meaning they are actually very happy being force-fed. So that's the response, the official response for the French. Our foie gras, you find it a lot in the southwest of France, in the Périgord region. You find it also in Alsace quite a lot. Alors, it's very traditional for the holiday season. You have to have foie gras. It's absolutely superb. You have this unique texture. It's kind of fat, but it's kind of really good too. Alors, in terms of wine, well, there's several options. If you serve foie gras, a little toast of foie gras as an aperitif, you can try with champagne. And the champagne will put the little bubbles, will lift up your foie gras. That will work. Go for like a champagne rosé, for instance. If you go, I don't know, Laurent Perrier rosé, that's kind of good. Voilà. Another option, white wine. White wine is the pairing, and within there's one pairing which is the most, the pairing that every single French person knows about in terms of food and wine pairing. It's foie gras and sauterne. Okay, sauterne, this which is a sweet wine which comes from the Bordeaux area, Sémillon predominantly, a bit of Sauvignon Blanc and a bit of Muscadel as well. So it's a sweet wine. Alors the tricky part when you go sweet wine and foie gras is that this little baby here is very sweet, foie gras is very sweet, so you don't want something with just an addition of sugar. That's not going to work. Okay, so you need a certain acidity. Good news though, sweet wines are the most acidic wines out there. You don't taste the acidity, but there's a lot of acidity in this little thing. So be it foie gras or Montbazillac, which is a good, cheaper alternative to sauterne. Well, in these there's a shitload of acidity, which is really good news because it will allow for the foie gras to be lifted up and not to collapse on the sugar. Okay, so you want this. So if you want to go with a sweet wine, I would recommend not going with something too young, a sweet wine. Give it some time for the sugar to calm down a little bit. Don't give it too much time so the acidity doesn't disappear. But go for a sweet wine which is 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. You will really greatly benefit from this. Sauterne or Montbazillac are an option. You can also go, if you want a bit more minerality, you can go with some sweet wines from the Loire Valley, Coteau du Léon, Chaume, Quart de Chaume. That's really lovely. Try also with a late harvest, a Gewürztraminer from Alsace, things like this will really be quite superb. If you don't like sweet wines too much, you can give it a shot with the reds, big reds. Big reds, watch out with the reds. You need wines that will leave room for the texture and the aromas of the foie gras to express themselves. Okay, if you go with a big red, which is overly tannic, really overly aggressive, you might just cover your thing. Okay, so go with something which is fairly gentle. So if you go with a big red from big Zin from California, big wine from the southwest of France, things like this, give them a few years as well for the tannins to soften really gently. You have all these options. The traditional one is really the sauterne and foie gras, provided you go with sufficient acidity. And we said the problem is that this pairing is just so massive. You have a very rich wine, you have foie gras, so it's like having a big it's a sex. It's an orgasm in your palate. But usually foie gras, you have this as an appetizer. So if you start dinner with the orgasm, well, that leaves dating and foreplay for the rest of the dinner, so you're in trouble. Okay, so my recommendation is doing something a bit original. We used to be done in France a few centuries back, which we no longer do, is actually moving the foie gras as an entremet. So you move this between cheese and dessert, and like this, you can go with your lovely sauterne and foie gras pairing. And so you go up nicely, you do a little dating pairing, then you go a little foreplay pairing, and then boom, there you go with the orgasm pairing with the foie gras. And then you can continue later on, finish up your dessert. You can finish up your bottle of sweet wine with dessert, or you can move to a digestif, no problem. And this, not only will it be really pleasurable for your palate, but it will also make you look like the very delicate and sophisticated person, the real gourmet that you are I'm sure you are that person because you're watching winerendezvous.com. Voilà, hope you enjoyed this video. Happy holiday season to all of you. And well, I'm off to Alsace in a couple days, so next videos will be shot in Alsace. Allez, ciao!